good to be with you here today. And today I'd like to talk about the vine and being part of the vine. In John 15, Jesus talks about how he is the true vine and that the Father is the vine dresser, and that we're to be grafted into the vine. I like that concept because it basically means that for us to be grafted into the vine, that we've been actually removed from our old roots, cut clean, and then grafted into a new set of roots that are good and strong and are good for us to thrive, a good place for us to gain nutrition from and strength. And it's important that we understand that we need to live in the vine. Vines don't wander around. Vines are planted in one place. And it's very important that a branch, once it's been grafted in, the whole purpose is for that branch to grow fruit. And for me, I always used to get confused with the definition of what Christians call fruit. I used to think of it as, runs on the scoreboard of salvation. But as I've grown older, I've come to realise that the fruit that Jesus talks about is not just salvation, but it's fruit in our lives. And the fruit that we bear can be in the form of helping others develop and grow. It can be in the form of assisting someone just because they need some help. And I think for us that fruit is very important, and we need to look at our fruit. If we're striving for the wrong things, then the fruit we are bearing may not be good for us. The fruit can't bear fruit by itself. It has to draw energy, strength, nutrition from the roots, from the plant that it's grafted into. And I think that's a picture for us with the church. The church is the place that we're grafted into. And the church is grafted into Jesus. And through that we gain our nutrition. It's important for us to be nourished. God talked about, or should I say Jesus talked about, how we can't live on milk forever. We need to get good nutrition for growth. And so we need to find food in the Word. We need to study. And we need to help others in that. I'm part of a Connect group, and I feel that it's very important that we gather together and we help each other. And we see fruit from that. We see people's lives changed. And for me, that is a very important fruit, when we see other people's lives changed. And I think that we should just look to the Father more for our guidance. So as we're living our lives grafted into that vine, we can take comfort knowing that we aren't the ones holding us strong in the storm, but we are grafted into a strong vine, a strong root, and we are held there. And we don't need to worry about where our provisions are coming from. Our provisions are coming from the vine that we're grafted into. For me, that takes a lot of pressure off, because I know that God is there, Jesus is there, helping us through every day. And I know that all the things I do throughout my work day and at home and in my church life are all bearing fruit from that nutrition source. And for me, I'm going through a form of study, ministries training school, and it's teaching me to look deeper into the Word. And I felt that I was digging deep before, but it's brought a new level and new understanding. So In our being grafted into the vine, there's an expectation of growth. We're not grafted into the vine just to sit there and be pretty, but we're grafted to bear fruit. And along with bearing fruit, there is also the aspect that at times there are parts of our branch that aren't growing properly. There might be parts that aren't bearing fruit. And so consideration needs to be taken into, does that part get pruned off? And I'm sure we've all had parts of our lives that we've pruned off, decided that they're not bearing fruit for us and that we need to focus on other areas. So, in conclusion, I'd like us to be encouraged that fruitfulness is everyday activities, helping people, a kind word, anything like that. That is fruit, that bears fruit for the Lord. And let's also consider areas that we need to prune perhaps. And that list would be as long as my list, which would be huge, but it's always good to analyse and look at what things in our lives are beneficial and what things aren't beneficial, and then to focus on those beneficial things. I hope the rest of your week goes well, and I've enjoyed talking with you today. Thank you.